Hi there. Hello.
Dancing on a tiptoes.
It has been a while, and I asked my faithful friends on Instagram what they wanted to see more of this year, or really right now. These were the results, and I was very surprised. So I'm soothing curiosities and concerns with this life update video. So what's been going on? And it's been a lot. So I want to start this update by following up on the question, are we starting a family? And my answer to that is we are trying. We are still working on it. And I just noticed it was 11 months ago that I made this video. I was basically talking about the last time I was pregnant, the loss of that pregnancy, and what we've been hoping for in the future. And so I can share what we've done. I say that with a lot of inflection because we're still back at square one, basically. My husband and I, we went to fertility/infertility experts. I can tell you though, long story short, I backed out. I backed out on the IVF program that we had started. I had a lot of back and forth during the appointments because it's like, yes, I do want a baby so badly, but I don't want to mess this up. And I also understand that as humans, we are going to affect our children no matter what. It literally could be having too many balloons at a birthday party and then they develop a balloon phobia, or, you neglect them unknowingly. Like you're there, you're providing, you're putting a roof over their head, clothes on their body, food in their stomach, but you neglect them in ways that they need you.
Hello again. This is post-production me chiming in and admitting that I was projecting in that part of the video. What I was really getting at, like the long story short of it, is I just wasn't ready. And gentle parenting, which is what I really want to be able to do, requires patience and selflessness, which are two things that I don't have the best control over sometimes. Like during my feelings about certain topics or triggers, how I deal with rejection, how I deal with my failures, and when something doesn't meet my expectations. So I was thinking about it as in, how can I be in a position to guide a whole new human being on this earth if I don't even have that handled in a more healthy way in my own life? Ideally, I want to be able to demonstrate healthy coping mechanisms, skills, tools, things in their life that they can use in stressful situations, and how to deal with unpleasant emotions.
Another update, and this goes kind of hand in hand in what I'm talking about. Like when it comes to my anxiety, the way that I respond to a stressful situation or feeling uncomfortable. When I was a child, I had a pretty nasty habit of biting my nails. And I did that so often, I thought it was a normal thing until like maybe 3 months ago. It went from biting my nails to chewing off skin off of my lips. Do you see why I don't want a baby around that? Like, I need to get a hold of myself. Let me know in the comments if you know what BFRB stands for and if you have the same coping mechanism.
Again, this is not the sole and even main reason why I felt hesitant to be a mother at that time, which was just a few months ago. And a lot has changed and a lot can change in the next few months. But currently, I have an issue with spiraling and thinking negative thoughts and thinking the worst case scenario is going to happen, which is called catastrophizing. And even though it's a coping mechanism that makes me feel like I have the situation under control, it just stresses me out. I'm the type of person who thinks that when I'm out on a date, I am going to worry about if my house is going to catch on fire. Those little things during the day and night that causes me severe anxiety on top of just life in general, the bills, the money, the future. All that is anxiety, the capital A of mental health. So this worrying about things that might happen, or even things that are happening, or things that have happened, all of these things rob me of my present. So I found through therapy and just self-reflection, expressing gratitude, all of those little things I can do to help me stay more focused on the now and being a little bit more positive. Anything that keeps me in the present brings me peace. So that could look like cuddling, petting my dog son Charlie, watching trash reality TV shows, watching YouTube commentary about those trash TV reality shows, writing, drawing, crafting, DIY, home decor projects, and playing Hogwarts Legacy, the new Harry Potter game. It's honestly helped me a lot with my anxiety, not going live part, but just playing the game and actually taking CBD to calm my ass down.
I will cover adoption really quick. Another thing that I have finally come to terms. What did I say? Kindly. I finally kind of come to terms with. Kind of. I have released a couple of videos about my feelings around adoption, being adopted, and this past Thanksgiving, I was finally given my adoption papers. I learned a lot about my biological mother, at least from what I've read, but I did get to see a picture of her. And because she was 14 in that picture, hence a minor, I don't want to expose without her consent, kind of, but I can share that I do look just like her. And, I'm working on a couple of songs that talk about my feelings around being adopted. And I'm excited that I can finally close that chapter being unknown territory for me. Because a year ago, when I did talk about my feelings about adoption, I had a lot of sadness and a lot of unanswered questions, and I feel like they've all been answered now. So I've had a few months since November to be at peace with that. And had I not had that peace about me, literally peace, like that puzzle piece about me, who's to say I would have even felt right bringing a child into the world, not really knowing my own real life story. It's just a lot. It's just a lot sometimes. The last thing I want to touch on is my sense of purpose. I'm kind of doing a full circle here. I know that I have the desire to be a singer-songwriter, and I've put out a song on Spotify. If you haven't checked out that new single, which was this past Christmas, you can find it right here. But I'm taking steps in that direction, and I think that's really all that matters. And another thing is, I never took the time to understand what I value. And it wasn't until my last therapy session, I believe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, that I was given an assignment or a worksheet to go over, like, what are my mom's values? What do I think my dad's values are? Who is someone important to me? And what values do you think they have? And then it came down to me, and it was like, now what do you value? What I found really interesting in completing that worksheet is the values that I would like to live by were drastically different from the values that I actually live by.
Back again. I want to make sure I'm not screaming in y'all ears, but here's my summary on how to be more at peace, because it's been a journey for me. I want to bring up this again because it really helped me. But think about your values. What would you want your ideal day to look like? Your ideal day, if you had nothing else but time in that day, then to just do what you want to do. What would you do on that day? And what does that day look like based off of your values? And I know that this might be a no-brainer, but when you get stuck in your head like I do, it's hard to really even step a foot out of the door, let alone get out the bed sometimes, which you yourself need to push yourself out of. I don't think anyone can motivate you other than yourself to love to do. What is it? What do you fundamentally love to do. If it's a love for music, sing more often, learn an instrument, watch a live show. If outdoor festivals, A-list celebrity shows are too expensive, check out some local bars and restaurants and jazzy lounge areas. There's always singers out there who just want to sing, even on a smaller stage, and just to let their song out. There's a whole vibe out there that's just right for you. I know it's easier said than done sometimes. The only real advice I can give you is just think of one step in that process. Don't think of the whole process. Like, don't go from doing nothing because you don't have the energy or motivation to do it to, I want to create an album. Go from doing absolutely nothing in bed because you have no energy or motivation to do anything else to, let me just get out of bed and take a shower. And then only think of the next step after that. Let me brush my teeth when I get out the shower, put on a little bit of makeup, put some clothes on, get something in my body to fuel me with energy. All of those senses combined in just a matter of like a couple hours, however long that would take you to do that, I think you'll really notice a difference. And then once you feel that difference, you know that you can take the next step and the next step. This is your pseudo therapy for the day. No, but this is really just things that I've been struggling with, and that's why I don't post as often and I'm not consistent, because I unfortunately get in my head, and if only I could just practice what I preach forever. But we're all going to have our down times, and we're all going to have our very productive times. So I really appreciate your time and spending it with me. I hope I can help myself and you better enjoy our short ride we have here on Earth. Now back to the Hogwarts Legacy reference. If you ever just want to chill out, escape reality for a little bit, go into the magical world of Harry Potter, and just hang out with your girl, I do stream every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on Twitch and maybe even YouTube Live. I will definitely let y'all know if that's a thing. I do have a Discord if you are interested in any schedule changes or just want to chat outside of social media. My username is Novalady, Novalladee, number 6899.
So that is my life so far. So that was the update. There's a lot that I'm excited for this year. I'm starting to really grow into myself, and I feel like that word is so overused. But what I'll say is I'm really starting to understand myself more and having a hold of myself as opposed to spiraling. I hope you enjoyed getting to learn a little bit more about me. This is what you wanted. I sprinkled in a little bit of things that I learned from therapy, and I hope to see y'all on the next one.
Now go and make your 5-year-old self proud.
Bye!
Hey, yep, I'm still here. So recording Nova and post-production Nova forgot to input that we wanted to share this song for the longest, and it actually lines perfectly with what I was talking about in the video. So this song I wrote, really was a freestyle on Voicey, of course, and the beat is by A Metaphor, my mixing engineer for the song, or the single that I released last year, and for future projects to come. So please give her a follow. I'll have descriptions in the comment and also on the screen. Go check her out, and I hope you enjoy. Bye.